Miss Jackie Aina did her thing. She came out with 4 fragrances in her Forever Mood brand. If you guys aren't familiar with Forever Mood, up until now, they have been a home fragrance, mainly a candle brand. The brand has been around for a number of years. I have actually been a huge fan of the Forever Mood candles over the years. I tend to stock up around Black Friday on those candles because they're not cheap, but also they are so good. The scents are super unique. They're really complex and well blended. They feel like an elevated candle. So when Jackie Aina announced that she was going to be releasing 4 fragrances as a part of the Forever Mood line, I was so excited. You guys, perfume, fragrance, all things scented body care has really been up my alley, especially recently. I have been one of the many that has been obsessing over perfume lately. So when Forever Mood released 4 scents, I was very excited to try them out. With that being said, if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you might know that while I have always loved perfume, I have always loved fragrance, I am also very picky and I'm also kind of fickle with my scents. And what I mean by that is I want something that's unique, that's complex, that's very elevated. I want the fragrance to last a good amount of time. I want it to be in the scent profile that I love, which we'll talk about as we go through this video. But also, I kind of get over things fast. I do fall head over heels in love with perfumes, but then I'll smell another perfume like a week later and be like, okay, that's my new obsession. And then a week or 2 later, I'll smell something else that I get obsessed with, and I just kind of like leave previous fragrances in the dust. It's just kind of a part of my personality. That's also why my perfume collection has been growing and growing and growing lately, because I have been smelling a lot of really good smells. And every time I smell the next good smell, my previous good smell kind of gets, you know, left behind. So with that being said, I figured the best way for me to dive into the Forever Mood fragrances is to try out her sampler set. I really appreciate that Jackie did this. She came out with a 4 little mini vial fragrance sampler for all 4 of the scents she offers. Getting sample vials is such a great way to test out fragrances because on the whole, perfumes are not cheap. If you're going to invest in a new perfume, you want to make sure that you love it. You love it on you, because that's another big thing with fragrance. Not everything smells the same on every person. It really depends on your body chemistry. So getting scents in sample vials and actually being able to test them all is such a great way to go about it. This fragrance discovery set is $24. I actually did pick it up during the Sephora sale, so I got 20% off on that. But $24 in my opinion is a really great price for 4 pretty decent sized fragrance vials. Each of these little samples holds 0.1 fluid ounces of product, so you're not getting like a ton of product. For me, I would say each of these vials probably has about 4 to 5 uses in it. And I do go in when I spray perfume. Like I spray that stuff everywhere. I went ahead and tested all 4 of these fragrances. I tested the wear time. I have thoughts on all of them, and we will talk about if any of these fragrances, in my opinion, are full bottle worthy. Did I pick up any of these 4 in a full bottle? Absolute spoiler alert, I did pick up at least one of these in the full size, and we will talk about that towards the end. All right, let's get into all of the good stuff. Now, if you guys want to purchase these fragrances, I do believe this discovery set is currently sold out. I'm not sure if she's planning on restocking the discovery set, but she does offer travel size vials of these perfumes that are 0.34 ounces, and those retail for $28. And as far as the full size bottles, I will pop up a picture right here to show you what they look like because I don't want to spoil which one I purchased myself. But those bottles do contain 50 milliliters of product or 1.7 ounces, and those retail for $79. $79 is definitely not a cheap perfume. You know, we're not talking necessarily like a celebrity fragrance type vibe, but I will say they are fairly affordable in the grand scheme of things. If you're in the fragrance community, you know how insanely expensive some of these niche perfumes can get. We're talking $400, $500, $600 bottles of perfume, okay? So of course, if we're comparing it to that, these are definitely on the affordable side. Even for designer fragrances, I would say $79 for a full-size bottle is is fairly affordable for a perfume. Jumping into the actual scents, I figured let me go through these in order of my personal preference. We're gonna go from my least favorite to my most favorite. So my fourth favorite scent out of all of the options is the one in the pink bottle, which is called I Am Her. The fact that this scent is actually number 4 for me is really surprising because this is supposed to be a warm and sweet gourmand scent. I will just tell you guys here and now, gourmands are my thing. I want to smell edible. I want to smell delicious. I want to smell like vanilla, caramel, cappuccino, melted ice cream. I want to smell like the pistachio gelato of all pistachio gelatos, the salted caramel that's just drizzled around the cup of a frappuccino. I'm really putting my heart out here, okay? Gourmand girly for the win. And the fact that this scent is described as a gourmand, to me, it feels a little misleading to me. I would have blind bought this just based on the fact that this is a gourmand scent, and I'm so glad that I did not pick up the full-size bottle. The key notes in this scent are red velvet, pear, and oud. To me, I'm not getting gourmand. I am just getting overwhelmingly sweet floral. To me, a gourmand has to be rooted in a vanilla or in something sugary. Ideally a vanilla, because I'm a vanilla girly, but something like sweet and rich, like a caramel, like a chocolate, like a vanilla, maybe even an amber. But I don't know, oud to me just goes woody. It doesn't go gourmand. In fact, most gourmands that I prefer don't have an oud note in them. Now, I did do full day wear tests of all 4 of these scents just so I could get an idea of how they dried down on my skin, how they wore throughout the day, and this is absolutely the one I was the least impressed by. On my skin, it just dries down like a slightly oudy, fruity, kind of generic scent. I hate to say that because I don't mean for it to sound negative. I could see how this scent might be universally pleasing in a way. If I smelled this on somebody else, again, I wouldn't be repulsed, but I don't think I would be particularly impressed by it. The notes that I wrote for I Am Her are that it smells like a super sweet floral. It's too floral for me personally. It doesn't smell special or unique, and it's kind of a generic scent. In terms of the projection, I would say this one had medium projection and medium wear time. None of these, I will say, are like beast mode fragrances. For the most part, they all lasted about 4 to 5 hours on me. This is definitely one of the scents that projected the most, but I wouldn't say that it's like a beast mode fragrance by any means. Surprisingly, this is actually the one scent that is sold out in the full size on the Forever Mood website. So that just gives me the impression that this might have been the most popular one. Obviously, I assume that's just based on first impressions, like just based on the description, because I don't think most people have been able to smell these, at least smell them in person before they bought them. I'm assuming that was just blind buys. And like I said, I probably would have blind bought it too because this is supposed to be a gourmand, but I'm not getting my strength, like my love of gourmands out of this. My third favorite out of all 4 of the scents is the one in the clear bottle called You Remind Me. This scent type is described as a fresh floral, which again is not my personal type of scent. I love a gourmand. The key notes in here are apricot skin, orange blossom, and sensual musks. I think the reason I wasn't particularly impressed by this one too is because again, it smells a little generic. It smells very clean. It smells slightly fruity, like a slight fruity, clean scent. I'm getting like a nice Bath and Body Works body mist vibe out of this, or like a really clean bubble bath or a really clean spa. Although it's not like a high-end spa. You know, like when you go into a super luxury spa and they have that like luxury spa scent and you're like, ah, yes, I'm about to rest up good. This scent isn't luxury spa. It's more like at-home spa vibes. It's like we're trying to get the spa feel, but we're not about to spend spend $300 to do it, so let's just do it at home. It's still nice. You know, it gets the job done. It makes you feel nice. It's a little bit of a special moment, but it's not the luxury feel. And that's how I feel like this scent is. Again, you can tell it's not like a super high-end, really like luxurious scent all the way around. What did I write in my notes? I said it smells clean and fresh with a fruity undertone, which is true. It's like you're taking a bath with fruity Bath & Body Works bubble bath soap. And then this scent, you're also getting medium projection out of it. I would say the strength of it is similar to the first one, I Am Her. Again, I don't see anybody absolutely hating this scent. It does feel like a crowd pleaser, but it's not my personal scent vibe. But again, I knew that going in because fresh florals, not typically my preferred scent family. So it's good, but not full bottle worthy. My second favorite out of all of the scents is the one in NDA. That is the purple bottle. This one is different. It's different for me, and I'm actually very, very shocked that it was my second favorite because again, based on the notes and the family of scent, I would have thought this was going to be pretty low down. This one is described as a spicy gourmand, and the key notes in this fragrance are spiced rum, tonka bean, and tobacco flower. Let me just get this out of the way right here, right now, okay? I have two things that I really, really severely dislike in my perfumes, and that is smoky notes like tobacco and alcohol notes like rum. So the fact that both spiced rum and tobacco flower are in this scent, I immediately was like, yeah, this isn't gonna be my thing. But actually, this one is different than I expected it to be. When I first sprayed it on, the scent I immediately got, which I did not expect, is bubblegum. I genuinely get like a top note of like a really fruity bubblegum. I'm trying to think, it's like something from my childhood. Maybe like the zebra bubblegum. Do you guys remember that? The zebra stripes gum. They had like, what was it? Like you could tattoo your tongue with the paper or something like that. It was like this very, very fruity bubblegum. But I will say that top note, the bubblegum note, kind of goes away pretty quickly, and then it dries down into kind of a rich, smoky rum, but I think the tonka bean that's in there is really grounding it and making it sweeter than any rum or tobacco scent that I've smelled before. It's very unique to me. I would have absolutely never given this a second look just based on the notes. In fact, I was really hesitant to try it in this set. This was actually the last one that I tried out of all four of these scents because I was like, I'm not gonna like this. This is gonna be a bad day in Ishani's life having to wear this all day, but I actually didn't mind it at all. The scent is really pleasant, but I will say it's very light. This is not going to be a beast mode fragrance by any means. In fact, I would be surprised if anybody even around you smelled it. Somebody would have to be in pretty close proximity to you to actually smell this on your skin. This feels like a very personal fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that I feel like you wear for yourself because it makes you feel good, it makes you feel put together, it makes you feel like you're just doing the damn thing. It's definitely unique. It's not overly smoky, it's not overly alcoholic, it is rooted in a sweetness, but it does have a little bit of like a twang to it. There's a little something different in it. So I do like it. As far as my notes, let's see what I wrote. I said it smells like fruity bubblegum at first. It dries down into a light smoky vanilla candy, sits close to the skin, not a lot of projection, and it's my second favorite, but a little too much tobacco for me. I know when the note of tobacco comes into play, a lot of people are curious as to how it would compare to something like Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. That one is overwhelmingly more smoky than this. It's also overwhelmingly stronger than this. This is a much lighter, much sweeter, much less smoky version. Tom Ford, I sprayed that Tobacco Vanille on me one day in Sephora. You guys, I had to run home, take a shower, change my clothes, throw the clothes in the washing machine. Like there was no way I was gonna be able to walk around with that scent on me. No, that is not my fragrance. I will say this one doesn't do that. So is it full bottle worthy? Not for me, but I could see people liking this scent. Ishani, you hate all of these. Why are we even doing this video? it's because of this scent. This scent is about to turn the entire video around, you guys. I love this perfume. My number one pick, my favorite of the four, the one that I am so happy to actually see on the market. This is hard to get. This is the one in the yellow bottle. And you know what, you guys? This is full bottle worthy. A girl has the full entire bottle here, so we will talk about the packaging and everything of the full bottles as well. The scent type of this one is described as a citrus, which I think really undervalues this scent. This is so much more than a citrus, you guys. The actual key notes in here are citron zest, sheer jasmine, and whipped vanilla. I had really high hopes for this because I was so hopeful that that vanilla would stand out, would make a punch, and that this would smell like a buttered lemon pound cake. I was hoping that jasmine wouldn't derail the scent and wouldn't make it too floral, because again, florals, they're not my favorite scent profile. And you guys, Miss Jackie did the damn thing. This smells so good. This one is really good. I will say, so the first thing you smell when you spray it, I kind of smell the overtone of like a floral, sort of floral citrus, but it is very sweet and like true gourmand sweet. Not sweet like the first scent, the I Am Her we talked about. Not that overwhelmingly just like super sugary sweet. This is like a really rich, full-bodied, cakey sweetness. The jasmine does come through. There is a floral element to it, but I have found that the floral element dies down pretty quickly, and within like an hour or so, it just smells like the most delicious lemon pound cake. It is so good. This one is not super lemony. I know some people are worried that these types of scents might end up smelling like bathroom cleaner. This one doesn't do that, because while the lemon is there, it's not aggressive, it's not astringent, it is still so sweet and so vanillic. And while the vanilla is definitely there, it's definitely prominent, it's not so vanillic that it's too rich or too like cloying. There are some vanilla scents that I have in my own collection that are so strong. Like the vanilla is like straight full fat melted vanilla ice cream, and especially in the summertime that can get really overwhelming. That's more of like a fall winter really type scent. This one, because it has those floral tones, because it has that brightness of the citrus in it, I feel like this is such a beautiful summertime vanilla. If you guys love vanilla scents and you don't mind a little bit of a citrus twist, I would absolutely give this a try. So let me show you how it comes in the box. I want to say this is an unboxing, but do you guys see this? I was so excited when I found this in my Sephora that when I got in the car, I just ripped the top open to open up the bottle. Here's what the box looks like, and then the back of it has the name of the scent. Super cute. It says made for the one who's hard to get but easy to love, and the front of it says self-care isn't selfish. I love that. And then when you open the little flap, it says in touch but out of reach. And then the actual bottle of perfume. Oh my goodness. How cute is this bottle? I feel like people were really hating on these bottles, and I don't really know why. I do think they're really cute. Here's the thing with glass bottles, you guys. These things are difficult to make. They're freaking expensive to produce, and this is clearly a custom bottle. There's no other fragrance bottle that I've seen that's like this, so I'm sure this was custom molded for Forvr Mood, and I love those little touches. Is this gonna be everybody's taste? Obviously not. If you're not into the whole diamond gemstone look of this bottle, then so be it. But at the end of the day, as a business owner, I just appreciate when these little touches, just like the uniqueness of the bottle, the fact that this was custom molded and custom made for Forvr Mood, the fact that with all four of the scents, the line is consistent in terms of the shape of the bottles, but she tinted the glass different colors. So if you do have more than one of these, they line up really pretty, and just the glass looks like a slightly different tint. I think that's really pretty. Those are all of the little touches that I do appreciate when I look at a brand. brand, whether or not the actual bottle is to your taste. As far as a fragrance bottle, I will say this is very nice. The top of it is plastic, so this top is not the glass that the bottom is. I assume, I mean, obviously I'm sure that was a cost cut that they did, but I also assume they did that because probably the glass on glass was maybe creating some issues. They probably needed the top to be plastic so it wasn't scratching the bottom glass. Just a guess I'm making, I don't know, but I do like it. Like overall, it looks very pretty. It looks super sleek. I think this scent is beautiful. I think this scent is gorgeous. I think if you are a gourmand lover, I do think this one is one to look into. So as far as my notes on Hard to Get, I wrote that it's my favorite of the bunch. It smells like a sweet lemon cupcake. The lemon is noticeable upon first spray, but the scent dries down into a true gourmand vanilla. It's not too overpowering. It could be worn in the spring and summer. It's got a medium projection on it. This scent is the perfect mix of citrus and vanilla. If you guys want to know, compared to a few other citrusy vanillas that I have smelled before, Acro Bake is a really, really popular, again, lemon vanilla scent. To me, that one is a little bit too strong, a little too astringent on the lemon. Upon first spray of that scent, to me, it gives Lysol. Like we're getting straight lemon cleaner out of that one. And the lemon does dissipate after a few hours and you're left with the vanilla, but it takes a little too long for me to get past the cleaner scent and into the vanilla. So I don't love Acro Bake. Another good comparison is Xerjoff Lyra. This is actually a scent I just recently purchased. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. I've been buying way too many fragrances lately, but Xerjoff Lyra is another kind of lemony gourmand cupcake scent. Lyra to me is a lot more complex. It's a lot deeper. It's a lot more of a beast mode fragrance. I did test this scent on my skin in a scent shop here in LA, and this scent is just so complex. It's so rich. It's so indulgent. This one might be more of a wintertime scent, so I don't particularly know why I bought it right now. This one is definitely more of a spring and summer version to me. It's not as cloying. It's not as strong. It's also not as complex, but I think it would make a beautiful lemony vanilla for the summertime. So yeah, in my opinion, Hard to Get, the only one that's full bottle worthy for me, but just as a whole, as a 4 collection fragrance set, I think Jackie did a really, really good job with these scents. They are all distinctly different, one next to the other, which I do appreciate. I think especially when you've got like one main nose behind it. I assume Jackie created these scents herself, or at least inspired by things that she loves herself. And I feel like when you are a scent lover, you tend to gravitate towards a certain scent family. For example, if I was to come out with a perfume line, they would all be gourmands. They would all be super indulgent, super rich, super edible scents, but not everybody loves scents like that. So I can appreciate that in the 4 scents, she did release something that sits a little closer to the skin. She released something true gourmand. She released something oody. She released something fresh and floral. Like there's a little bit for everybody. Whether or not I personally preferred them, that's more of a subjective opinion, but objectively, all 4 of them are very different from each other, and that I can appreciate. That I can say is very difficult to do, I would assume, especially when it's your brand and when you do have scent preferences for yourself, but you're trying to create a collection to appeal to the masses. And I think overall, no matter what type of perfume you prefer, you would probably like at least one of these. All beautiful, not all for me, but I do think Jackie did a really great job. I am so interested and curious to see what Forvr Mood comes out with in the future as far as their fragrances. I'm hoping and assuming that Jackie is going to expand this line, come out with even more fragrances. I mean, I could see these bottles. The bottles are beautiful. I could see it coming in a blue, in a green, in an orange, maybe like an orange creamsicle. I don't know, just an idea. But yeah, I could see this line being expanded, and I would absolutely love to try all of her scents in the future. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to thumbs it up and let me know in the comments down below, did you pick up any of the Forever Mood fragrances? Did any of them catch your eye? What do you think of them? I am so curious. Also, if you guys want to see more fragrance videos from me in the future, because like I said, I have been obsessing over fragrance, let me know what you guys want to see in the comments down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to continue seeing videos from me, and I will talk to you in my next video very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.